thought I did a bit of a taxman there with a wee cough at the start.
I'm not mucking about here. Come on!
Hello and welcome to this Monday's edition of Movie News here at MBE. Tonight we are going to be doing not something different, something we do every year. We covered the nominations last month, John.
Yes.
Tonight we are going to be discussing the winners of course, the Golden Globes 2021. Now before we get into it, John, I know that you did a little bit of research before we came on there, and you were looking at people in their living rooms dressed up.
Very strange. Very strange. Steve, we've got a comment from someone early doors. Podder, I'm not entirely sure what that means, but thank you very much for your comment nonetheless. Much appreciated. Stephen, very strange. People frolicking around in their halls, outside in their gardens, glammed up with, no doubt, designer dresses and suits and stuff like that. Very strange to see this remotely.
I wonder if the Golden Globes provided red carpets for them as well, for their front gardens.
Well, they says on the article, remote red carpet dresses, so perhaps they did.
Amazing.
I do not want to see this for the Oscars. No chance.
We would just like to... No, not at all. It needs to be done right. But John, we'd just like to thank everyone, obviously, for tuning into our YouTube channel and, of course, our Twitch stream. And the format of tonight's show, we're not doing any articles. I'll leave it all to you for tomorrow, John. I'm pretty sure you've got plenty to say about Amber Heard.
Oh, what's the latest with Amber?
It was trending yesterday. I thought you might have known. Rumours, strong rumours. She's been kicked off.
Oh.
Aquaman 2, so
yes.
And they're already talking about replacements, so it's
Amelia
not been confirmed, nothing official.
Yeah, Amelia in. I love Amelia.
Amelia, I know you do. So I thought you might want to talk about that tomorrow night. And I'm dodging the bullet of Amber Heard. Amber,
I love speaking about Amber.
But,
we're going to... Don't worry, Stephen.
The format tonight is, John, I'll read out the category, I'll read out the nominations and, of course, the winner. We have got, obviously, on the site, we're taking this from The Guardian, but it's everywhere.
Yes.
We actually tweeted this out the first thing this morning as it came in. And the first category we're going to talk about, John, is Best Supporting Actor in a Film. And the nominations were Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of the Chicago 7, Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah, Jared Leto for The Little Things, Bill Murray on The Rocks, and Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami. And the winner was Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. What's your thoughts on that, John?
Well, Stephen, I have just recently watched Judas and the Black Messiah. I was blown away by the performances. Lakeith was outstanding as usual. You expect that man to just pull it off. I'm going to go to myself. I knew I'd get that intro there. Give you a little break, Steve. You can maybe perhaps listen into the audio and see if it's sounding fine and dandy, as you like to say here in Scotland. But Daniel is a steady Eddie. He's a steady hand. You've seen it in Get Out. We've seen it in various other movies with this young guy. And he is young. He's not old yet. He's not young, but he's still fairly up and coming. He's a great actor. It was a great performance. It was a harrowing movie, Stephen, at points. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the performance. I think that's absolutely fitting that Daniel Kaluuya won. Sacha Baron Cohen was outstanding in The Trial of the Chicago 7, but he was doing sort of double duty this year with Borat, the subsequent film, whatever it's called. And of course the rest, Jared Leto, The Little Things, alongside Rami Malek and Tom Hanks. A star-studded cast that. he was by all accounts amazing. I've not seen that movie yet. I don't think it's out over here officially. Bill Murray, we spoke about on the Rocks, and Leslie Odom Jr., another great up-and-coming actor. I think that's the correct winner there, Stephen. I can't have any complaints with that. It really, for me, would have been between Sacha Baron Cohen and Daniel Kaluuya, and I have no issues with Kaluuya winning. I thought he was amazing.
Yeah. We'll move on to the next category, but before I do, John, the sound is 100% fine. The thumbnail, on the other hand, is WandaVision.
Was it WandaVision? Oh, I'll sort that out just now, Stephen. Thank you for letting me know.
So while I'm reading this then, I'll take my time reading it while you sort that thumbnail out. Might confuse a few simple folk, but it shouldn't. You should read the headlines.
Stephen, I'm lazy. I just picked the last broadcast and just take all the details off.
It's a very good thumbnail, so I can't blame you for using it once more. But best supporting actor in a TV series, limited series, or TV movie, and the nominations were John Boyega for Small Axe, Brendan Gleeson for The Comey Rule, and Dan Levy for Schitt's Creek, Jim Parsons for Hollywood, and Donald Sutherland The Undoing, and the winner was John Boyega for Small Axe. John, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, Stephen, this is going to be a nice, quick one because I've not seen any of these TV shows. I do know Schitt's Creek's supposed to be pretty damn good, but I always love seeing John Boyega winning awards. I love that guy. He's very outspoken, honest chap, dead down to earth, great guy, great actor. Love Brendan Gleeson as well, though. But look, I've not seen any of these performances. I can't really say with any authority who deserves to win, but I love John Boyega, so great seeing him winning.
Yep, John, I think that's the way we'll have to play it tonight. Whatever we don't see, we'll have to base it on the actual people and how we rate them. You know, that's the only way we can do it. But Best Actress in a TV series, musical, or comedy, you're some man. Lily Collins, Emily in Paris, Kaylee Cuoco for The Flight Attendant, Ellie Fanning for The Great, and Jane Levy for Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, and Catherine O'Hara for Schitt's Creek. And the winner was Catherine O'Hara, the great Catherine O'Hara. I've grew up with this woman.
Yep.
And as you said, John, Schitt's Creek, which I think is still available on Netflix over here in the UK. She's the winner. What's your thoughts?
Not got any thoughts, Stephen. Again, I've not seen any of those TV shows. I'm not a huge TV fan, Stephen, as you do know. I don't get to watch a huge amount of TV. I'm a very busy boy. It's time, yep. I'm currently delving into the world of The Crown. And as you do know, not being a huge fan of the royal family over here in the United. I don't hate them. I just don't care about them. That was an interesting choice for me to go down that rabbit hole. But I say this, I'm not surprised The Crown's sweeping a lot of awards in the TV category of the Golden Globes this year because it is fabulous. Catherine O'Hara, great actor. Schitt's Creek, by all accounts, heard good things about it. Not seen it, so can't comment.
Well, we'll move on then to Best Animated Film, and the nominations were The Croods: A New Age, Onward, Over the Moon, Soul, and Wolf Walkers, and the winner was Soul, which I've seen, John. I thought it was okay. Yes. It's not the best from the studio. It was a good film, in my opinion. It was good. It wasn't great.
They're putting another one out this year, Stephen. They're very busy, Pixar. I says it before, Stephen. I says it on I think we said it in the podcast with Bartek as well.
Yeah.
There's a strong argument to be made that Pixar went downhill since they merged with Disney. When they were their own entity, their quality of output was really, really high. I'm not saying they're shit now, but it's not what it was. That Coco a couple of years ago was amazing, so that proves it. It's just 2-3 years ago they hit the ball out the park. Ain't seen any of these movies again, Stephen. I've not really been enjoying the look of any of the animated movies that this year, last year. Onward, of course, that's Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, but didn't grab me. I've just not bothered my arse watching any of these. The Croods, I've never seen the first Croods, so I've got no interest in a sequel to the Croods, which most people didn't want. So I says it, Stephen, in the podcast, it was a really poor year for animated movies. You've usually got a great stop motion animation in here or something, but not to be this year. Probably the best of a bad lot for me. That's maybe.
You like your stop motion as well, John. I remember your review on Isle of Dogs. Fantastic review.
The theatres to see that, Stephen. The great Wes Anderson. Was Wes Anderson on that? It was.
It was, yeah. But we'll move on anyway, John, to the next category. It's Best Actor in a Limited Series or TV Movie. And the nominations were Bryan Cranston for Your Honour, Jeff Daniels for The Comey Rule, Hugh Grant for The Undoing, Ethan Hawke, who we were talking about last week, The Good Lord Bird, and Mark Ruffalo for I Know This Much Is True. And the winner was Mark Ruffalo, the great Mark Ruffalo. I've actually just watched him in a film tonight, Just Like Heaven, from 2005 with Reese Witherspoon. Great film. First film I saw him in.
Stephen's
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's a great guy. He's a good liberal. He hates Trump. Very vocal on Twitter about his politics. So I love the guy right off the bat. That's why I love Chris Evans. All of those Avengers, most of that cast, apart from Chris Pratt, he's not very vocal. But I still love Chris as well. But they're very vocal about their politics and they don't give a shit. That's got nothing to do with this, though. Again, not seen any of these TV shows, Stephen. It's really hard to speak about the
Look
TV.
who he's up against, though, John.
Yeah, exactly, Stephen. It's stacked. Bryan Cranston's amazing. I love Bryan. Jeff Daniels, the great. Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
Rom-com extraordinaire. Really came out his shell in the last 10 years. Ethan Hawke's brilliant, man. He's going to be in Moon Knight.
Yeah.
So, no, not
Strong
Moon Knight.
category.
It's Moon Knight, isn't it? It's Moon Knight.
Yeah.
With Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
So, really strong category. And look, have not seen it. If I was to pick one, it'd probably be Mark, because I do like Mark. So, I'm just going on
like
personalities now. Not the actual performances.
No, obviously that. We'll move on to the best screenplay, John. It's Promising Young Woman, Emerald Fennell, Mank, Jack Fincher, The Trial of the Chicago 7, Aaron Sorkin, The Father, Florian Zeller and Christopher Hampton, and Nomadland, Chloe Zhao and Zhao. I can never say her name. But the winner was The Trial of the Chicago 7, Aaron Sorkin.
Yes.
What's your thoughts, John?
Stephen, I think it's a great winner. I've seen, two of these movies. Mank's not yet. Well, Mank may just be out now, actually. I think it is on Netflix. I'll need to watch that. Lazy shit that I am. The Father's not out yet. That's with also the great Anthony Hopkins, and I think Olivia Colman is in that.
Colman, yeah.
So that looks really good. It's like another stacked category. Nomadland I have seen as well. It was amazing. Chloe Zhao done a great job with Frances McDormand in that movie. It's a similar story to sort of Three Billboards, sort of gritty Midwest tale, this disenfranchised woman. That was a great movie. Trial of the Chicago 7 though was stupendous. An amazing cast. The likes of Eddie Redmayne in there. Obviously Sacha Baron Cohen. It was a superb movie. I've got no complaints with that one, and that was a great, and Stephen, again, a Netflix movie. So people do talk shit about Netflix, me included, from time to time. A lot of these movies are Netflix movies, so it does show you the calibre of content they're putting out. Mank's a Netflix movie. The great David Fincher.
John, I think it's important to say for anyone tuning in as well that there's a lot of movies that are in these categories that are not being released here in the UK yet.
Yeah.
We did mention it last month, and we're still waiting for them, but they will come here eventually. It's just the way of the United Kingdom, I'm afraid. Sometimes we're just left behind. We're the dregs, but we're going to move on, John, to Best Actress in a TV Series Drama. And the nominations were Olivia Colman for The Crown, Jodie Comer for Killing Eve, Emma Corrin for The Crown, Laura Linney for Ozark, Sarah Paulson for Ratched, and the winner was Emma Corrin, The Crown.
Stephen, I says it, The Crown swept the board with a lot of the categories in TV at the Golden Globes this year. Colman plays, I think, Queen Elizabeth in her middle-aged sort of era. I think Emma Corrin plays Diana. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not on to season 3, 4 yet. I'm still in season 1. But the production level in that TV show is off the charts. It's really authentic. I'm loving Matt Smith as Prince Philip, as Elizabeth likes to call him. And I think it's, I'm trying to remember who plays Elizabeth in the younger years. I can't recall her name, but it's an amazing TV show, man. I highly urge you, despite perhaps your thoughts on The Crown, to maybe watch it.
It's not that, John, at all. It's my wife's already watched it. Yeah, your sister.
Yes.
She's watched every one of them. It's comedy on the television. She doesn't want to see it again. She's already been down that road, and it's really just finding a time slot to really dedicate down, for watching it. But I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's you've either got to go all in or nothing. But maybe one day I'll get down and watch it.
Great theme as well. Love the theme.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, but best original song we're going to move on to now, and the nominations were Fight for You, Judas and the Black Messiah, Hear My Voice, The Trial of the Chicago 7, Low C Scene, The Life Ahead, Speak Now, One Night in Miami, and Tigress and Tweed, the United States versus Billie Holiday, and the winner was Low C Scene, The Life Ahead.
Hate seen The Life Ahead, Stephen, so I can't speak on the quality of the music. I have seen The Trial of the Chicago 7, Judas and the Black Messiah, and I said this during my podcast as well. None of those actual, I think I spoke about this in the podcast, it may have just been in the actual breakdown of the nominations actually. None of the songs really stood out to me, Stephen, unless it's really catchy like Moana or something like that. I'm not really going to look out for songs. So none of those songs really stood out to me. So I suppose it's a fine and deserving winner. So hey ho.
Yeah. We'll move on to best score then.
It's a great shout. It's a great name. I should say great name.
For film, yeah. Yeah, the nominations for best score for film were The Midnight Sky, Alexander Desplat. I don't know how to say that guy's name. Desplat. Tenet, Ludwig Göransson. News of the World, James Newton Howard. Mank, Trent Reznor. Atticus Ross, and Soul, Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and John Batiste. Now, the winner was Soul, Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and John Batiste. I'm tongue-tied here, John. But I will say one thing. When I saw that category last month, I said it's either between Tenet or Soul. Because I've seen both those films, I just thought I think they've got probably the best chance of winning it. I then, after the nominations came out, because we only got News of the World at the beginning of February, I said that is an amazing score. It captures the feel of the Old West from James Newton Howard. That's got a good chance of winning it. But it turns out my instincts were correct. Soul, John, what's your thoughts?
You know my thoughts, Stephen. I think it's an absolute travesty that the great Ludwig Göransson hasn't won this award. I thought Tenet's score was sublime. The meat and deal.
John, I think the problem with this was the sound mix, though, wasn't it? That was the issue with a lot.
Well, is that no? I wouldn't class that as part of the. I know in the Oscars they've got a completely separate category for sound mixing and sound design, so I wouldn't saddle Ludwig Göransson down with that. That's actually Chris Nolan. It's made the decision to have that specific mix in there. He likes to make it hard to hear dialogue for some reason. I don't know why, but that's your score.
People missed it then. They were trying too hard to listen to what was being said.
Probably.
I think you're right. Christopher Nolan's misjudged this one, John.
Stephen, I love Ludwig Göransson's score though. As you know, I've hammered it afterwards, and just the synth and stuff like that. Amazing. It's an amazing score. But look, man, I ain't seen Soul, so maybe Soul is a deserving winner. I recall this same debate a couple of years ago when Shape of Water won. I think it was Desplat back then. And I think I was going for something else. I can't recall what was out back then, but may have been Green Book or something like that. I don't know. It wasn't. Green Book won that year.
May have been Billboards, John.
Yeah, 3 billboards. It would have been 3 billboards. I was raging. So what do I know? I'm just a gimp in Glasgow, as I like to say.
It's one of the things about music, though, in films, John, whether it's original songs or scores, it really just depends on the listener, doesn't it? It's subjective, you know. Sometimes you can really take to a score and think, wow, that really moved me. I really get caught up in the emotion of that score there. That was amazing.
And also, really, with Soul being a movie about Soul, Stephen.
So well, that's the thing, John. And
the score,
you know, it is a good film. You know, Soul is a good film. I said this earlier. And the score does add to the emotion of the film as well. But I've not seen Mank yet, so I can't really comment. Obviously, that's the same guys, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. But I'm looking forward to seeing that film as well, and I'll be listening out for that score. But we'll move on, John, to the next category. It's Best Actor in a TV Series, Musical or Comedy. And the nominations were Don Cheadle for Black Monday, Nicholas Hoult for The Great, Eugene Levy for Schitt's Creek, Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso, and Rami Youssef for Rami. And the winner was Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso. What's your thoughts, John?
Stephen, I'll be glad when the TV category's over, because I keep repeating myself. I ain't seen any of these TV shows. Yeah. But look, man, I've not got a clue. There you go. I'll just end on that.
I will say this, John. I don't know if I'm probably repeating myself here, but I will say this. Look at those actors that are appearing in TV shows.
I know. Nicholas Hoult, Don Cheadle, The Great, Jason Sudeikis. It's a great
Eugene Levy,
Eugene Levy, Rami Youssef. I'll say them all.
Yeah.
It's a great.
Might as well. That's so strong. You know,
I felt sorry for Rami there, Stephen. We're leaving Rami out there. Rami Youssef.
I was leaving it to you. You're leaving it to me. Okay. Rami boy. We'll move on to our next category. Unfortunately, it's still TV. It's Best TV Series, Musical or Comedy. Emily in Paris, The Flight Attendant,
That's an easy one though, Stephen.
The Great, Schitt's Creek, and Ted Lasso, and the winner was Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, Schitt's Creek's supposed to be amazing, so it's an easy one. Clearly deserves to win, in my uneducated opinion.
I'm going to move on to the next category here. We had a little bit of laugh before we came on earlier on. I get 2 names. I combined 2 names together, 2 actors' names, and well, I'm not going to do it this time because it's right in front of me. Best Actress in a Film, Musical or Comedy. It's Maria Bakalova, Borat subsequent movie film. Kate Hudson for music. Michelle Pfeiffer for French Exit. Rosamund Pike, I Care a Lot. And Anya Taylor-Joy, not Johnson, Joy.
Joy, yes.
For Emma and... I was thinking Aaron Taylor Johnson. He just wouldn't look good in that green dress at all, would he?
No, he wouldn't.
He looked terrible in a kick-ass suit.
He'd have probably pulled it off, Stephen. Knowing Adam, the guy pulls off just about everything, really. If he can pull off that kick-ass ridiculous suit, and he didn't really, you did say he didn't really pull it off, then I suppose a green dress wouldn't be out his sort of toolbox.
Just when you said Aaron Taylor Johnson pulling it off, and I'm thinking he shares in clinics.
Yes.
Kick-ass. Oh, you're an unconscious comedian at times. Rosamund Pike, John, I Care a Lot. What an actor she is.
She is. She's a great actor, Stephen. I'll just think back to Hostiles with Christian Bale, how good she is. But Stephen, again, you look at the cast, man, or the category, and it's a stacked category. The great Michelle Pfeiffer in there, Kate Hudson, Maria Bakalova was really, really good in Borat, the subsequent movie film, because I recall in the trailer reaction, I was put off by her. She was taking me away from Sacha Baron Cohen's sort of Borat character, and that it caused issues tonally for me. But when I actually watched the movie, she was really, really good. And she, of course, lured Rudy Giuliani into that bedroom. It created a lot of controversy. So, surprised she perhaps didn't get the nod. But I've not seen I Care a Lot. So, perhaps Rosamund Pike's really, really good in that. There's Anya Taylor-Joy, man. Every movie I've seen this young actor in, she's been sublime from The Witch onwards. What was The Witch, wasn't it? I'm not tripping out my nut there. The Robert Eggers movie. So she's and Emma, that was a decent movie. I recall speaking about that back last year. I think it was early last year. So I have no complaints with Rosamund Pike, man. She's a great actor. So yeah.
Best actor in a TV series drama, John. Jason Bateman for Ozark. Josh O'Connor for The Crown. Bob Odenkirk for Better Call Saul. Al Pacino for Hunters. And Matthew Rhys for Perry Mason. And the winner was Josh O'Connor for The Crown.
Yeah, she's playing Prince Charles, I'm pretty sure. And he has the ears. So he's a great Prince Charles by all accounts. I've had some educated opinions on his performance by all accounts. Really authentic, very, very good. Bob Odenkirk's amazing as Saul Goodman. Just sublime. That's a really underrated TV show that never gets the attention, credit it deserves because it is a spin-off of the great Breaking Bad. But it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And obviously Ozark's very popular. Jason Bateman's a great actor. Al Pacino's amazing in Hunters. Different performance from him, different character. But I've got no issues with Josh O'Connor. By all accounts, an amazing Prince Charles. I always try to do Charles.
We're going to move on to probably your I don't know what it was, constipation. Best film, foreign language, and the categories are the nominations, I should say, were Another Round, La Llorona, The Life Ahead, Minari, and Two of Us, and the winner was Minari.
Yes, very controversial, Stephen. It's in the foreign language category. It's an American Korean movie. A lot of people are repeating themselves again and again. So to hammer the point home that it is an American movie, it isn't foreign language. Why is this movie in this category? There was lots of controversy leading up to it. You look at the rest of the movie, Stephen, it's easy to understand why it won though, because by all accounts, an amazing movie. Brilliant performances from the cast. Outside that, the La Llorona was a joke. If that's the same one I'm thinking about, it may not be. I think I'm thinking about it. Shite. That was shit.
The Cost of La Llorona, yeah.
But I can't stand another movie about that shitty urban legend from South America. So Minari is the right winner here, despite the controversy.
Best TV series drama, John. The Crown, Lovecraft Country, The Mandalorian, Ozark, and Ratched. And the winner was The Crown.
Deserves to, Stephen. Great TV show, as I says. I've not caught up to these seasons yet, but really consistently good by all accounts. Yeah. The first one is amazing. The first season, it's just perfectly paced. It's really introspective, looking into these colourful characters in the monarchy over here. I'm not a fan of the monarchy. I'm not going to repeat myself, but it's really, really good. The Mandalorian, it's a superb TV show. It just keeps getting better and better every season. Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, the dynamic duo working together on it, just amazing. But Star Wars, it's never going to get the nod over The Crown. That's a drama series. Ratched was good as well.
comic book
Ignorant
snobbery about certain things, like certain franchises, and as well as the Mandalorian was made, that when you put it up against sort of
The Crown.
more traditional drama, it's not going to stand a chance, unfortunately. But we'll move on to the next one, John. It's Best Supporting Actress in a Film. I'm going to need your help here with the winner, because I don't know how to say that name. It's Jodie Foster as the winner, by the way. But the nominations were Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy, Olivia Colman for The Father, Jodie Foster for the...
Mauritanian.
Is that how you say it? Mauritanian. Amanda Seyfried for Mank, and Helena Zengel for News of the World, who was great, by the way. And the winner was Jodie Foster.
Stephen, a great category for me to speak about. I've not seen any of the movies. So, I know you've seen News of the World. Helena Zengel, by all accounts, really, really good. This sidekick character to Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried's supposed to be brilliant alongside Gary
I found it very unfair regarding Helena Zengel, because I think News of the World is one of these films you're either going to like it, you're not going to like it. And if you don't like it, then you're going to really pick sort of holes in the film. And there was some people like that one in the sort of negative side of it, saying that Tom Hanks's character actually had a better relationship with Wilson the volleyball than he did have with Helena.
He had a great relationship with Wilson the volleyball. Wasn't amazing?
You're not going to beat Wilson.
He was one of the great cinematic parents. I was crying first time I watched that movie, and Wilson bobbed away onto the horizon. That was an amazing relationship. Straight up there.
She was great. She was. She had very limited lines, in the film, but she was always present in the film. For when she was interacting with Tom Hanks and any scenes that she was in, she kind of stole the show, as far as I was concerned. But I thought she'd played it very well. Jodie Foster, though, John. I'd like to say a deserving winner. I'm pretty sure they got this one right. But it's a strong category again, John. You're looking like the likes of Glenn Close, who's been around for the last 4 or 5 decades.
Some would say
he's
he's screwed out of an Oscar.
Yeah.
For her performance in The Wife, I think it was.
Yeah.
But I think Olivia Colman won for The Favourite. So I watched The Favourite and I thought it was amazing. Olivia Colman was amazing in that. And a really good cast. I think Nicholas Hoult was in that as well, played a sort of Tory politician. That was an amazing movie, so I had no complaints with that. Olivia Colman's in this again, the father, alongside Anthony Hopkins. She's playing the daughter of a sort of dementia.
When I look at Olivia Colman and her career over the last 20 years, it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal when you see the rise of this lady and where she is now in acting terms. First film we saw her in, I know that she'd had that little cameo in The Office doing the sort of report on David Brent when he was just about to get fired for a magazine. But this first standout performance was playing Doris, obviously in Hot Fuzz, and she was absolutely hilarious in it, just so funny. She's one of those. This is you talk about a cast of Timothy Dalton, Nick Frost, Simon Pegg, your man from Dead Man's Shoes.
Paddy Considine.
Can't remember. Paddy Considine. Just the list is endless.
The other guy.
Jim Broadbent.
Great voice.
Edward Woodward. She's the one that stands out for me for some reason. I just think she just nailed every scene she was in. She was absolutely hilarious. But since then, she's just went on to bigger things, better things. But John, we'll move on to
Golden Globe winners now, and an Oscar winner.
Yeah, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. It's fairy tale stuff, John, but she's well deserved of it as well. But Best Supporting Actress in a TV series, limited series, or TV film, and the nominations were Gillian Anderson for The Crown, Helena Bonham Carter for The Crown, and Julia Garner for The Crown. No, only kidding, it was Ozark. Annie Murphy for Schitt's Creek, and Cynthia Nixon for Ratched, and the winner was Gillian Anderson, the great Gillian Anderson, John.
Yes,
playing
Mrs. Maggie Thatcher. Ding dong, Thatcher's deed. Ding dong, wicked Thatcher's deed. Yes, Stephen, by all accounts, I keep saying by all accounts, it's my favourite phrase on the show tonight. She's supposed to be brilliant. I'm not yet on to season 4. She's played Maggie Thatcher. She looks like Maggie Thatcher, the boot that she was. Yeah, it's an accurate portrayal. Helena Bonham Carter's played.
I'm conflicted when it comes to Gillian Anderson. I love Gillian Anderson, as you know, obviously from the X-Files days. And when I see her dressed up as her, I'm not even going to say her name, her.
I'll say her name.
It really does it drives me nuts. But John, she's nailed it. She's some people were commenting saying it was like the old Maggie Thatcher spitting image impersonation. But that's what she was. Yeah. That's the way she spoke.
Yeah, she was shit.
She never wore a suit. She didn't smoke cigars. But apart from that, spitting image got it spot on. Gillian Anderson nailed it, as far as I'm concerned.
And Helena Bonham Carter was supposed to be really, really good as well. Princess Margaret, I think she's playing. So you're looking through it, another stacked category, but it was only ever really going to be The Crown. It's just on a crest of a wave just now. It's a great, great show, drama heavy. And you bring in heavy hitters like Gillian Anderson and Helena Bonham Carter, they're always going to be the favourite. And no surprise, Gillian.
Dana Scully, who? Yep. But anyway, we'll move on.
What was the other one she was in, Stephen? They always ask us, the Northern Ireland drama.
That was on the BBC, wasn't it? I think it was it, John. Yeah, I've not seen it, but we'll move on to our next category. It's best. Yeah, definitely. But cause I watched reruns of X-Files and she looks terrible.
She looks better now than she did 30 years ago. It's ridiculous.
She looks older.
I want to look like that when I'm not age. I tell you, I won't. I'll look like Arsene Wenger. So, hey ho.
Best.
Because I smile and laugh too much.
Have a choice between Arsene Wenger and the Skin Man. What do you want? Best actress.
Arsene Wenger as a Skin Man, Stephen. At least Arsene had great hair. I'm not going to have that.
You still get great hair, John. Best actress in a limited series or TV film. Kate Blanchett for Mrs. America. Daisy Edgar Jones for Normal People. Sheila Has for Unorthodox. Nicole Kidman for The Undoing. And Anya Taylor-Joy for The Queen's Gambit. And the winner was Anya Taylor-Joy. I cannot say her name. The Queen's Gambit.
Stephen, thoroughly deserved. I watched this TV show. It was amazing. Her and Harry Melling, just brilliant in it. She was a star performer. It got people into playing chess. So what more do you want? Chess is a great game. It's just the goons and the general population can't play it because they don't have the high logic, the high intelligence.
What way do you get around the board? Did we get any money for this?
Not got a clue. I don't know how to play chess, Stephen. I'm shit at it.
That was a bottom court.
Yes, yeah. And then when they finally taught him all the rules, he still didn't have a clue. And I think, was that the one he smashed his head in the fridge? Was that the one? Amazing. I wish we could get that guy back, man. He is sadly missed. The great Rick Mail. Stephen, thoroughly deserved winner. By far the standout performer in this. She was the Queen's Gambit. I says it before. A great up-and-coming actor. Not had a bad performance to date. Brilliant.
Definitely not, John. Best limited series or TV movie, and the nominations were Normal People, The Queen's Gambit, Small Axe, The Undoing, and Unorthodox. And the winner was, like you just mentioned there, The Queen's Gambit.
Ditto to everything I just said previously. By far the best TV show there. It was an absolute phenomenon, Stephen, for a couple of months last year. It was great. Not a couple of months, about a week, because they binge watched it and it was over, because it's not The Mandalorian or WandaVision. Not getting that episodic format, but it was great
I
TV
show. Just on that subject, John, I know it's a tangent, but I think Netflix could learn a lesson or two from what Disney Plus are doing now. I think they could actually stagger episodes now. I think people are in the mindset now, people don't mind waiting a week. If it's good TV, they'll wait a week, and it does give them time to sort of digest what they've just watched.
Longevity as well, Stephen. It brings people back. It builds hype. When it's all binge watched, it has hype for about 3 days and then it disappears. It was like the Tiger King, wasn't it? Whatever the hell it was called.
John, I always remember in the 1990s, after an episode of the X-Files, I'd go to my work and I'd, talk to the guys that like the X-Files, and we'd talk about the episode. What do you think this means? Where do you think this is going to lead to in the next? I don't know if it was a cliffhanger one. We talk about it. You find now when I go to my work and you want to talk about a TV series, people go, I'm not at that bit yet. I binge watched it in the weekend, but I've only watched half of the season now.
Exactly.
It totally loses its sort of, its intentions, John. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But we'll move on to the next category, John. Sorry about that tangent. Best actor in a film drama, and Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, Chadwick Boseman's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Anthony Hopkins for The Father, Gary Oldman for Mank, and Tahar Rahim for The Moharishian, and I don't know how to say that.
Mauritanian.
Mauritanian. The winner was Chadwick Boseman, the late Chadwick Boseman, for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I do believe his wife collected the award on his behalf, John.
Stephen, very touching speech she gave. I didn't even know the Golden Globes were happening last night. I'm going to make that admission. It was back at 4 in the morning. I was just going to my bed, because that's when I go to my bed. I'm a fruitcake. Get the notifications coming in of the winners, and I seen the late great Chadwick Boseman had won for Best Actor in Film or Drama. Delighted. I hope this is replicated at the Oscars, Stephen, and not just because of what happened, because we've seen that with Heath Ledger, and a lot of people says it's only because he passed away. They're doing it out of sort of kindness. It was fake. The performance was there for Heath. The performance there for Chadwick Boseman. It was an amazing performance. I was touched with this guy in that movie, Stephen. That I'm telling you, it was like an hour and a half long, and that guy's performance was stunning. Speaking about how his mother had been tied up with white men, his father went away, and he got hung and stuff like that. Speaking about his history, you felt it coming out of him, the emotion. An amazing performance, some stunning sort of monologues like we got in The Five Bloods. Just an amazing actor. What we've lost is just off the charts. You can't replace this guy. And I hope he wins.
What you've got to remember is, as well, John, is what he was going through personally, while he was filming this as well. It's extraordinary. But we'll move on to the next category, and it's Best Director for Film. And nominations were Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman, David Fincher for Mank, Regina King for One Night in Miami, Aaron Sorkin for The Trial of the Chicago 7, and Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. And the winner was Chloe Zhao for Nomadland, John. Do you think that's correct?
Yes, I do. Steve, Nomadland was amazing. It's Frances McDormand. Chloe Zhao's doing The Eternals. She was out speaking about handling two very different movies, an independent movie and a big blockbuster. An amazing up-and-coming director, still very young. It was an amazing movie. She got a brilliant performance out of Frances McDormand. I think it's deserved. Aaron Sorkin was stupendous as well in The Trial of the Chicago 7. Some big names in there. Had to handle them and motivate them. That was a great, great movie too. Mank is I was about to say the late. I keep saying late because I was speaking about Chadwick. It's the great David Fincher. So a stacked cast. I think that speaks volumes for what Chloe Zhao's accomplished in the movie, that she's nabbed it ahead of some really experienced names. So can't argue with it, man. Nomadland, stunning. Stephen, you watched Three Billboards. You enjoyed it, didn't you?
Fantastic.
You have to watch that movie. It's an amazing movie. Much in a similar vein.
Yeah.
So
where's it available? Is it VOD?
It's VOD, Stephen, yes.
Yeah.
I can't recall exactly which one. Because I admitted it, Stephen. I pirated it. I'm not even going to lie, because it wasn't out. So I admitted it. I says freely. I don't care. I'll watch it legit now, because that's what I do.
Well, that's what I'll be doing.
I don't know what. I don't know what streaming service it's on, but I'll find out.
But anyway, we'll move on to the next category, John. It's a Best Film, Musical or Comedy, and the nominations were Borat, Subsequent Movie Film, Hamilton, Palm Springs, Music, and The Prom. And the winner was Borat, Subsequent Movie Film.
Steve, I'm still trying to find where Nomadland's available. It's on Hulu. We can't get it over here. So
all right, I'll just have to wait.
That's what I say. But Stephen, yes.
I'll wait till Global Video gets it in a blockbuster.
No, you shouldn't wait, Stephen. Buy it when it comes out legit, and that'll make up for your dodgy streaming of it. But Stephen, Best Actor in a Film, it absolutely deserves to be Sacha Baron Cohen. He was amazing. He's Borat. This guy's the living, breathing sort of soul of this character. He's just nobody else could do what this guy does. Turning up at hillbilly sort of redneck right-wing festivals and singing. This guy dressing up as Donald Trump and going to a Mike Pence sort of speech. This guy is the living embodiment of the character. Thoroughly deserved. And look, Stephen, also we spoke about Dave Patel and the personal history of David Copperfield. We also spoke about Hamilton numerous times. I didn't like Hamilton, but everyone else seemed to love it, and Lin-Manuel Miranda was Hamilton. So again, some real competition there, but I think Sacha Baron Cohen deserved it. That's why he's on the thumbnail, which you've probably not seen, Stephen, but I have updated it. He's in the middle of the thumbnail doing that. So I love Sacha. Great guy.
Next Division, yeah. Best Actor in a Film, Musical or Comedy, Sacha Baron Cohen for Borat, Subsequent Movie Film, James Corden for The Prom, Lin-Manuel Miranda for Hamilton.
You just done this one.
No, it was Best Film, Musical or Comedy.
Right, there you go. So there you go.
That's why I was wondering why you were mentioning these names.
I'm looking
Dave
at
Patel.
Well, just see everything I says.
David Copperfield and Andy Samberg for Palm Springs.
Everything I said before was still applicable to Borat because he is Borat. So there you go.
John,
And
I was
again,
wondering why you were talking about Dave Patel and that. I was like, oh, okay.
It's because
I've
I've not seen the prom music of Palm Springs and I didn't like Hamilton, Stephen, so I just ignored that category and moved down one.
That's fair enough.
But yeah, same. I hate James
Yeah.
Corden. I hate him.
Best actress in a film drama. We've got Viola Davis in there for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Andra Day for the United States versus Billie Holiday, Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman, Frances McDormand, as you just mentioned, John, for Nomadland, and Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Women. And the winner was Andra Day for the United States versus Billie Holiday, or Billie Holiday. I don't know how you say it.
Well, Stephen, this must have been some performance, that's what I'm going to say, because I searched this movie up. It's got 5.7 or something out of 10. By all accounts, the movie is shit. So it must have been some performance from Andra Day. Yeah, it must have been some performance to top Frances McDormand in Nomadland, and even Viola Davis in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, but more Frances McDormand. She was unbelievable. I still suspect that she will get the Oscar. Carey Mulligan too, supposed to be amazing and Promising Young Women, so that's a surprise winner for me. I'm very surprised by that. So we'll see how that plays out going into other award shows and see how it picks it up.
Just to wrap up things, John, the final category was Best Film Drama, and the nominations were The Father, Mank, Nomadland, Promising Young Women, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. And the winner was Nomadland. And
deservedly so. Again, Stephen had a great movie. I'm just going to say this though. Chloe Zhao wins for Best Director. Nomadland wins for Best Film Drama. But the leading actor who carried the whole movie doesn't win for Best Actress. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? Doesn't make any sense. They don't know what they're doing. Frances McDormand was Nomadland. It was a single performance, pretty much.
Unless, as you said, John, Andra Day did knock it out of the park.
I don't know, Stephen. I've not seen a performance. I think it's bullshit. I think it's absolute bullshit. I think Frances McDormand.
5.7 on IMDb, by the way, folks.
It's shit. The movie is shit. What is
That's up there with that fucking John Travolta film we watched, The Stalker.
The Stalker, yes. What is going on? It's like the score goes to Soul over Ludwig Göransson, what? And then they give that to her over Frances McDormand. What the fuck is going on? I'm dropping F-bombs because it has to happen. Why did Frances McDormand not win? That's a disgrace. Wow, and what a way to end this show, Stephen. Wow. What is your thoughts on the Golden Globe 2021? Winners, do you agree with them? Do you think there's some disgraceful decisions in there? What is your thoughts overall on it? On our show, you can comment down below if you feel compelled to do so on anything we touched upon. This may be a disaster scene. I may not have the end screen graphic animation up, so this may not end well. But look, you can also like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, hit the follow button on Twitch if you want to see more content like this in the future, and that's what you'll get if you do, guys. But look, until then, bye bye. It's there. Whoa!